Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. I don't know if you can see the furry felons back there somewhere, but we're sitting outside just enjoying the morning, and I got to thinking that we've talked about good choices we can make for lunch. We've talked about good choices we can make for snacks. We talk all the time about who's eating what for dinner, but y'all, we haven't talked about breakfast. And if there's one thing that we learned from the movie Fargo, you gotta eat a breakfast, right? So that's what I want to talk about today. What kind of things can we choose to have a healthy breakfast? But y'all, before we get into all that, before we forget, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. Y'all, it sounds like a cliche, but my whole day starts with a big, hearty breakfast. And if I don't get a good breakfast, I feel like my entire day I'm snacking and trying to catch up for what I missed by not having a good breakfast. Do y'all hear this wind? All right. Trying to sit out here and be all outdoorsy and enjoy this lovely day, and this wind is killing me. So I tell you what I'm actually going to do. The furry felons and I'll move inside. We'll get set up in the kitchen, and then we can talk about some things we can have for breakfast. So what I was trying to say before I was so rudely interrupted by Mother Nature is that if I don't start my day with a good breakfast, I feel like I spend the entire day trying to catch up, snacking and eating whatever I can get my hands on, trying to make up for starting the day hungry. So I just start my day with a big breakfast and then go from there. If y'all have been watching my videos for long, you know that my typical breakfast is one of 2 or 3 of the same things every day. I've realized recently in conversations with friends who are trying to change their diets and start eating better that my breakfasts and the things that I've suggested in the past don't necessarily work for everybody because I eat a big breakfast and it kind of takes a little while. So here's what let's do. Let me just briefly tell you what I normally eat for breakfast. And I have some B-roll that I'll show you. I'm not doing it today because we're going to do some other stuff today. But just to give you an idea of what I normally eat, and then I'll give you some ideas of some other things that you can make if you're in a hurry, or if you just don't want to spend that much time messing with breakfast. Here are some other things that you can make or that you can do for breakfast that doesn't involve like 4 or 5 different things. So anyway, here's what I do. I always start my day with black coffee. I drink black coffee in the morning and then work for a while, work out. I ride the bike for like an hour and a half or 2 hours in the morning, and then I come in and eat. So by the time I come eat, I am hungry. So for breakfast, I'll have some fruit, which is frozen fruit that I've portioned off into a single-sized portion bowl the day before. I let it thaw and stick it in the fridge. And then in the morning, I just throw some Greek yogurt into that, mix that up and eat that with my breakfast. I also have half a cup of Cheerios with half a cup of plain unsweet almond milk and some fruit. And that's my breakfast on just a normal day. Now, some days when I have some more time or I want to take some more time, I'll make banana pancakes. And y'all might remember how excited I was when I finally cracked the code on making those pancakes, because I kept making them and just scalding them like they'd come out like burnt black banana mash, which still tasted good, but it wasn't pretty. But then I figured it out. So here's how you make those. It's 2 overripe bananas mashed up with 2 eggs. So you mash those up good. Throw in some cinnamon and some vanilla and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Mix that all up good, and that's your pancake batter. Then you cook that over low heat. Once it gets going good, you take a spatula and one of those like bowl scraper things you use when you're baking a cake, and you use those 2 together to get up underneath the thing and flip it over. And y'all, that's the key, because when you try to turn it with just a spatula, all it does is mangle it. But when you use those 2 things together, you can flip it and it makes beautiful banana pancakes. And y'all, they taste so good. And that 2 bananas and 2 eggs, very filling. So those are two breakfasts that I like, but y'all, I know that takes a lot of time. So if you're like wrangling kids, chasing a dog, trying to get a partner out the door to go to work, and trying to get yourself ready for work or whatever you have for the day, I know that it's not always feasible to mess with that much stuff for breakfast. So here's what let's do. Let me work out, and then I'm going to come back in and throw together some things that go together much more quickly, or that you can put together ahead of time, stick in the fridge or the freezer, and they'll only take you a couple of minutes in the morning to get together and get ready for breakfast. So we'll do that, but first I got to work out. And y'all, here's what I want to do today. I'm feeling a little like jiggly in the middle, so I got to get back to doing some kind of core thing. I might end up doing that crush your core workout again. I know. Any of you that were with me through that the last time I did it, I know, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. But first, I'm just going to do some planking. So today, I think what I'm going to do is some bear planks. So let's do that. Let's do a bear plank progression. Let's do just a plain old bear plank. One of those, I don't even know what it's called, but like where you like do a bear plank and then step out and step in and step out and step in. So we'll do, is that a bear plank? We're going to call that a bear plank walkout. So we'll do bear planks, a bear plank walkout, and then the bear plank shoulder taps, and then a side plank. And maybe do, if you're going to do this, and y'all, I'm not an athletic trainer. I'm just sharing with you what I do. I'm not saying it's going to work for you. I'm just saying it's what works for me. So I'm going to do bear planks with this side plank in between. So I'm going to go do that. I will show you what I'm doing. Then I'll come back and we'll talk about some quick, healthy breakfast choices. So y'all hang out and I'll be back.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one. Until I broke the rules, my life destroyed. A life destroyed. Until I walk awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Can I take? Can I be your superhero?
All right, those are done. I definitely need to get into a core program, but that's a problem for another day. Our problem for today is breakfast. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to start off putting together some things that need to go in the oven. One thing I'm going to do, y'all already know I'm going to bake some miracle muffins. We've done these before. I'm not even going to make you watch me do these. I'm going to make those double chocolate miracle muffins today because those are the ones I like. But like I said, I'm not going to make you watch me do those. Y'all watched last week or week before when I made the blueberry ones. Y'all know it's 2 overripe bananas mashed up with 2 eggs and then half a cup of the Kodiak Pancakes powder mix. So I did blueberry last time. I'm going to do chocolate this time. So I'm going to get those going. Mix up the batter, stick it in the oven at 350 for like, 22, 25 minutes. And that's 1 point per muffin. So I'm going to get those going. And I'm also going to make some egg cups. I know that sounds weird. Egg cups, egg muffins, whatever you call them. So all that is the same kind of little, muffin cups or cupcake cups. But you put vegetables or meat in them and then egg and you bake it. And then you can stick those in the fridge, or if you bake a bunch of them, you can stick them in the freezer and then pull them out to thaw the night before and heat them up for a quickie breakfast. So let me get those going, get them in the oven, and then I'll come back and we'll actually put together some things for a quickie breakfast. All right, so y'all hang on, I'll be right back. The egg cups and the muffins are in the oven. So let's let those bake. And while those are going, I want to throw together some breakfast wraps. Now I've pre-cooked some stuff that we can just throw together in a wrap and see what we get. I browned some 99% fat-free turkey, and I seasoned it pretty well with like some marjoram and some thyme and those kind of seasonings. Honestly, I would have thrown in some sage to give it more of a traditional sausage flavor, but y'all, I'm not a big fan of sage, so I don't have any in the house. But if you want a sausage flavor, that's what you need, is sage or maybe some fennel. Doesn't fennel make sausage taste sausagey? Or really, you could just get some turkey sausage, but I, of course, went for the 99% lean or 99% fat-free turkey so that we get the 0 points. So, some seasoned turkey. I scrambled some eggs and just cooked those off quickly. I sweated some diced tomatoes, and I measured out some fat-free cheddar cheese. So everything that I have here is 0 points. Like, I could eat every bit of all of that and have 0 points. So what I'm gonna do is take an egg life wrap and roll up some of that in an egg life wrap and make kind of like a breakfast taco or a breakfast burrito and see what we get. Now y'all, I know that I'm doing egg wrapped in egg. I know, I get it. Y'all, don't forget, I'm the person that last week ate salad with carrot chips dipped in ranch on the side. So I had salad with salad on the side for lunch. So I'm not afraid to have eggs wrapped in eggs for breakfast. So let's try this and just see what we get. All right, let's give this a try, y'all. It's a little dry, so I'm gonna add some ranch dip and some salsa. And now I'm gonna make a mess. That's good. I should have tried just adding the ranch dip, not the ranch and the salsa, because that's good. The bite I got was like mostly with ranch dip and just a little bit of salsa, and it was good. So I think if we take the egg life thing, put ranch dip on it, put a bunch of stuff on it, roll it up, that'll be good. So one more thing I want to try. Have y'all seen these? They're these little bitty zero net carb Mission brand tortillas, and they're itty bitty. They're like little street tacos, and I want to try one of these. So these are 1 point each. Look how little and cute they are. They're like the size of my hand. I'm kind of half tempted to take 2 of them and make a quesadilla, but I'm not going to, because that's not what we're doing here. I'm going to heat up 1 of them and make a taco, so hang on. I'm going to do the same thing that we did before. I'm going to do ranch dip and then turkey, eggs, tomato, and cheese. And see what we get. And y'all, these tortillas are small, so I wasn't sure they were going to be worth the 1 point, but they're kind of dense. Like, they feel like a regular tortilla, just little. So let's take a bite and see how they taste. It's not bad. Definitely a little bit different than a regular tortilla. If you're doing carbs or net carbs, whatever it is, that might be a really good option for you. It's, like I said, it's 1 point, and I feel like 2 of those is really like a regular tortilla, and a medium, like a regular medium tortilla, I think is 3 points. So I don't know, you'd have to kind of weigh out, like in your head, if it's worth eating those versus a regular medium tortilla. I think they're okay, I really liked the Egg Life wraps, so when I make these again, I'm just going to use the Egg Life wraps, but y'all know I like those. So this is a thumbs up. It's very easy. I think this is the kind of thing that you can make ahead, and you can definitely make it using regular tortillas. I, of course, just went like the most extreme route to try to get the points as low as possible, and then you can adjust up and add your stuff or change it the way that you need to. But I just kind of like to come up with ideas that have things at the lowest, like points or calories or carbs or whatever, so that then when you adjust it, it gives you sort of way more room to move. I hope that made sense. Anyway, so that's our wrap. I made something else that I didn't tell y'all about. So hang on, let me grab it. Does anybody do overnight oats? I've been obsessed with the idea of overnight oats. I don't know why. Because if you're going to do this, why not just do oatmeal? But you see the pictures online and they look so fancy and so pretty. I made this. And mine just looks like some glumpy oatmeal, but maybe it's good, I don't know. The recipe that I did was 1/4 cup of just plain old oats, which like you just use that plain old like barrel of Quaker oats. I got the Walmart ones because I think they're all the same, but it was 1/4 cup of plain old oats, 1/2 cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, and you put in some cinnamon, and then you let it sit overnight in the fridge, and then when you take it out, you add in some apples. Now, I'm going to go ahead and taste this and see what we got. I'm pretty sure I know what we got, but I'm going to go ahead and taste it. And y'all, it just seems like really thick Greek yogurt. Oh, it's really thick Greek yogurt with a little bit of cinnamon in it. I'm not going to put in the apple, which I know you're supposed to, but putting in apple isn't going to change the taste. What I'm going to do is add in some of that thawed fruit that I use with my Greek yogurt and just see what we get. And then y'all, for me, this might be an option for a morning where I want something heartier than just Greek yogurt and fruit. Maybe throw a little oatmeal in with my Greek yogurt. So hang on, let me get the fruit. All right, so here's the fruit. I'm going to dump it in, mix it up, and see what we get. It's kind of cute in a gooey, sticky fruit in yogurt and oatmeal kind of way. Let's taste it. That's exceptionally good. Like, y'all, I seriously thought this was not going to be good at all. It's good. Now, oatmeal has points. I'm going to look it up and put the points in here. I looked it up before and I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 points. But the 1/4 cup of oatmeal is going to be 2 or 3 points. But y'all, this is ridiculously filling. Oh, that's good. And it's cute. All right, I need to stop eating this. Y'all, I was seriously planning to be very disappointed by this. I'm elated. I'm so excited. Now, I live in a place where it's warm 3 months a year, so we eat our oatmeal hot here, and I think people here eat porridge or something, some cream of wheat, something that's not oatmeal. And I eat grits, not oatmeal, when I eat hot things, but I've seriously been obsessed, like ensorcelled, by the idea of overnight oats and just haven't tried it till now. And now I'm glad I did. So this might be a good, I'm seriously going to stop eating this. Now, so that might be a good, make it the night before, grab it on the way out the door. I could, okay, it's probably not safe, but I could totally eat that in the car. Or if you work out on your way to work, like if you don't work in your house, like some of us, and you need to take your breakfast with you, you could take that with you, right? In 2 separate containers, throw it together when you get to wherever you're eating, stir it up. Bob's your uncle, got you a breakfast. So I'm afraid it's all in my teeth now, and I apologize ahead of time if it is. I was seriously raised better than this. But y'all, I'm thoroughly elated by that because I had expected it not to be good. And it's not like fantastic, but it's good. I'm excited. So there's that. So we have the breakfast burrito taco wrap things. We have overnight oats. We have our standards, right? We've known those for a while. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but I took the egg cups and the muffins out of the oven. So let's get on those egg cups. They're hot, so I need to not burn myself when I try them, but I made a few different options of things inside. One thing that I wanted to try is I wanted to put some uncooked bell pepper in there and see if it would cook just in the oven. I think they were in for like 25 minutes on 325. So I put uncooked pepper inside, and I used the ground turkey that we used in our tacos. I put the ground turkey in one of them, and then I used just sliced lunch meat turkey. And each of those is, I think all of this, yeah, all of this is 0 points. Because I don't think I told y'all this, but I measured out, like I weighed out some fat-free cheese, and I weighed out enough that it's 0 points. Like if I ate, oh, I did tell y'all that, if I ate that whole bowl of cheese, not saying I have ever done that, not saying I would do that. I've done that, I would do that. But if I put all of that in these things, it's 0 points. So I wanted to have a few different options. So just to give us some ideas of what things we can throw together. And of course, you can put any vegetables you want in these things. I so wish I liked mushrooms, because what a cute option would that be? Like some mushrooms, broccoli, any of that kind of stuff. Any kind of vegetables that you like that you can stuff in those cups and then just pour egg around it, bake it, and you're good to go. So I want to try two of these. I want to try the lunch meat turkey one, and then I want to try the ground, like browned ground turkey one, because I want to see if that browned ground turkey is too heavy in here. Which it looks like, sorry, excuse my fingers, y'all, but it looks like it cooked up okay. Like it didn't just sink to the bottom and stay there, which was my concern. So let's try that one first. They look hot. It's very tasty. The pepper is cooked all the way. It's very tender. Y'all notice I used colored peppers, not just plain old green peppers, because the intern is rubbing off on me. So that's good. I did nothing with the eggs other than crack them in a bowl and just whisk the bejesus out of them with this thing. So it's just egg, and then I incorporated a whole bunch of air into it and then poured them in the muffin tins. So I didn't season them. I didn't use milk or cheese or anything in the eggs. I just whipped them up. So that one's good. Let's try the sliced turkey one. I tried to be careful to make sure that the stuff kind of piled up in the muffin tin so that it would be spread out. Okay, that's really good. I don't know if I'm tasting any of the cheese, and I don't know if it's because I used fat-free cheese or because I really didn't put much cheese in any of them, y'all. Those little cups fill up fast. So I don't know. If you're a big cheese fan, maybe use more cheese. I don't know, but I'm definitely not tasting cheese. This one's just the peppers. I think this is just peppers and cheese. It's not bad, but it's not good. It just tastes like peppery egg. So if I'm making these for myself, I'm doing a very flavorful some kind of meat. And I do like the peppers in the meat ones. I just don't like the peppers all by themselves. So these are good. And I think I said this before. You can obviously stick them in the fridge, right? Make a bunch of them on a Sunday or whatever day it is that you do your prepping for the week. For me, it is not Sunday because Sunday's a little bit crazy for me. But whatever day it is that you do your food prepping, make a bunch of these, stick them in the fridge, or if you're not going to eat them fast enough, stick them in the freezer and then pull them out a few at a time into the fridge to thaw before you want to like nuke them the next morning. So those are great. The breakfast taco burrito things, you can also make those ahead of time. Wrap them up in tin foil or something, put them in a freezer bag, stick them in the freezer, and then same deal. You can stick them in the fridge the night before and then just microwave them to warm them when you're ready to eat them. Don't even get me started back up again on that. Y'all, I'm so excited about the overnight oats. I know I just got myself started back up again. Y'all, my mama is coming next week for my birthday. We are so eating overnight oats when she gets here, whether she wants to or not. So anyway, y'all, I'm so excited about the overnight oats. I forgot about my chocolate muffins. Hang on. I know y'all have seen these from me 100 times, but chocolate miracle muffin, so good. If you do the 2 eggs, 2 bananas, half a cup of the Kodiak Power Powder mix, then make 6 muffins out of that, then each muffin is 1 point. So good. If y'all could see this catastrophe that is my counter right now, I need to get this cleaned up before the intern comes home. So y'all, those are some breakfast ideas for you. I hope this gives you some ideas of some things that you can eat for breakfast to get your days started off right. And y'all, obviously, this is not an exhaustive list. Tell us in the comments some of your favorite ideas for healthy, easy breakfasts that you can either make the day of or make ahead of time so you can just grab it and go. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, we're definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos at the beginning of every week with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.